Hi, Danny Morrison here for the Danny Morrison Expert Comments alongside Rario.com, and match 36 in Sharjah, an associate nation, Namibia, up against a test playing nation, the New Zealand Black Caps. Important for the Black Caps to keep winning and trying to get into the playoffs of this men's ICC T20 World Cup late here in 2021. Well, the toss went the way of Erasmus, and Gerard Erasmus said, look, we'll have a bowl, thanks Kane. No surprises there. And the only surprise was that New Zealand really couldn't get some fluency and go big inside the 6 overs. On a tricky pitch in Sharjah, this is where Namibia got up over Ireland to qualify for the Super 12. So again, it can be a tricky place to play. Day game and all, pace-off spinners doing well, you got to watch out. So Mitchell and Guptill, whilst they got into the teens, couldn't convert and kick on. And so when I look at that, it was left to Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson, again, a 6 and 2 4s, was looking for his fluency. The power play is so important, as we know, in Sharjah, whilst the ball comes on a bit more, brand new, and of course only 2 fielders outside the 30-metre circle. So Williamson got to that 28, couldn't kick out after that. 25 balls he took up, and it was about the youngster. Young Schultz coming into the side as left-arm orthodox. He came into the side, and Carl Birkenstock. So those two into the team for Frayling and Sekongo. And when I look at it, it really was a bit of a masterstroke. Again, pace-off spinners. 1 for 15 and 3, young Schultz. And he started proceedings. He bowled the first over and got things underway for Namibia up against the Black Caps. And Trumpelman, whilst he didn't get a wicket, he looked threatening at times and a little bit of swing and a bit of shape. But I think he's carrying a bit of a niggle with that left knee strapped up. So whilst he was useful, they needed wickets from him and he couldn't do that. Visa, the star quality, he is so key. He got 1 wicket early in that, and it was important there to get rid of Guptill. And when I look at that, he came in for a bit of tap later on. It really was in those middle overs where, in terms of Smith, JJ Smith, again, he went around a little bit, left arm, right arm combinations of guys trying to work them bowlers out. And of course, when he bowled full, you get punished. And young Lofty Eaton, another little bit of leg spin, a little bit of faster, flatter leg spin. He didn't get a wicket. He only bowled 2 overs and went for 24 himself, because it was left up to a 76-run partnership by Glenn Phillips and Jimmy Neesham. And these two in the 30s not out. Very impressive. 39 not out to Phillips, 35 not out to Neesham. Phillips 3 6s, Jimmy Neesham a couple of 6s and a 4. Very, very key, because in the last 4 overs they scored 67. So they got away from Namibia somewhat, because Namibia were going so well. I think after 16 they were sort of around that 96 for 4, and they were struggling a little, and it was really left up to that last part of the innings, the death overs, and that's where Namibia let New Zealand off the hook somewhat. In reply, Namibia got to Nelson, 1-1-1 for 7 in their 20 overs, and Stefan Bard, interesting there, he played for my old cricket club in Auckland. Good old Stefan Bard, and he got to 21 from 22, a couple of boundaries, but I liked his play. And Shane Watson mentioned on commentary with me in the combox that he was very organised and very impressed with what he was seeing from Bard in terms of striking, playing orthodox cricket strokes and looking the part, no doubt. Michael van Lingen, he got to 25 from 25 balls, had a 6 and 2 4s. He too, trying to get some fluency into it. And along with Zane Green, the keeper, who got to 23, they had a semblance there. They were going quite nicely. They were very similar to the Black Caps when it was in the 80s and around that 96 for 4. You thought, that's where New Zealand were at as well. And then you thought, okay, you just never know. Could they go on and go big? They couldn't, frustratingly, because it was left to the usual suspects. The old Southey-Bolt combination, and they're simply impressive, this bowling attack for New Zealand. Bolt, 2 for 20 and 4, and Southey, 2 for 15 and his 4. Chopping and changing Kane Williamson with the strategy of the bowlers. Adam Milner bowled 1, Southey only bowled 1, and they'd swap ends and move around. Milne, whilst he didn't get a wicket, a good workout for him to get into the tournament with a couple of games because of the injury to Lockie Ferguson. And when I look at the other thing of Santner, 1 for 20 from 4, his flight and goal, faster balls, flatter balls, then a bit of flight. His 1 for 20 was very useful. And Jimmy Neesham only bowled 1 over, 1 for 6, not bad, Jimmy, not bad at all. And Ishodi, who got smacked in the head with a return catch, which you'd never catch it. Luckily, he got a bit of a hand on it, and it deflected and softened the blow, but he got it right on the forehead and pumped there from David Visa with a big smashing drive on the up. And Ish was okay, could stay on the park, concussion test, all those sort of things. 1 for 22 from 3 for Ish. Gave it a little bit of air and got a little bit of punishment, but hey, you're trying to get people out, and Ish Shodi is a wicket taker. So in the end, Jimmy Neesham, with his lovely little partnership there, 35 not out to go with a wicket and some useful fielding. He was player of the match, and New Zealand ended up winning by a substantial margin in the end, 52 runs for the Black Caps over Namibia. If you liked it, tick it, subscribe, and we'll see more of you here on Rario.com.